Stepping off a marked trail offers a specific kind of quiet. You leave the crowded switchbacks and wooden trail markers behind, trading them for dense canopies and a silence that most hikers spend months planning to find. But the moment you leave those maintained paths, you enter a vacuum. The safety net of cell service and park rangers vanishes. Out there, the environment is neutral, and there are no witnesses to what happens next. This mind map tracks 3 distinct case files where the pursuit of isolation turned into a desperate bid for survival. We trace the steps of hikers through West Virginia's Monongahela National Forest, the Ozarks valleys, and far off the grid in northern Minnesota. The same isolation that makes these deep woods appealing also creates a sanctuary for unseen threats to operate. Whether it is malicious individuals acting without consequence or phenomena that defy logic, the backcountry provides an environment where they thrive. In October, a solo hiker traveling through the Monongahela National Forest in West Virginia decided to bypass the main trails. With 6 years of experience, he wanted to explore the remote, untrafficked sections of the forest. 4 hours into the hike, his progress was halted by a rocky gorge. With the shale walls too unstable to climb, his only option was a massive fallen oak wedged 40 feet above the creek bottom. He tested the wood, found it sturdy, and balanced his way to the opposite side. The relief of crossing evaporated when a rhythmic thunking echoed from behind him. On the side he had just left stood a man in his 50s wearing a ratty camo jacket. He held a full-size axe and was methodically chopping into the base of the fallen oak. The man was destroying the only bridge out. When the hiker yelled that he needed to cross back, the man calmly replied, "That's not my problem." With his route cut off and 0 cell service, the hiker moved downstream. He eventually stumbled into a clearing marked by deep gouges carved into the trees and animal bones arranged in patterns. As he fled the camp, the sound of heavy footsteps echoed from the tree line. 3 men, all identical to the man with the axe, had fanned out, herding him toward the cliff edge. Exhausted and with daylight fading, the hiker broke into a sprint. Hearing war cries echoing behind him, he spotted a smaller, unstable log spanning the gorge. He threw himself onto the wood, scrambling across just as his pursuers reached the edge. They stared him down from the opposite bank before melting back into the shadows. The coordinated pursuit and the intentionally destroyed bridge reveal a deliberate strategy. These men utilize the landscape to turn a natural obstacle into a physical, inescapable trap. Group hiking often provides a sense of security, but the vastness of the terrain can quickly nullify that advantage.
Four friends drove 9 hours to camp in the remote Ozarks, where the dense tree canopy offers thousands of acres for someone to watch unnoticed. The unease started early. While hiking near a secluded waterfall, the group noticed a man standing perfectly still, tracking them until they shouted, prompting him to flee. Hours later, while searching for a campsite, a tall, thin woman stood watching them from the tree line. The group yelled that they had a gun, and she finally walked away. They pushed further into the woods, assuming they had discouraged a pair of locals. But deep into the night, after they had settled into their tents, the silence broke. A distinct, disembodied laugh echoed from the darkness directly outside their camp. The narrator grabbed a handgun and fired warning shots into the sky, sending the unseen trespasser running. But the following night, the threat escalated. Clicking on his headlamp while stepping outside his tent, the narrator caught the man from the afternoon. The stranger was clutching a machete and charging. The narrator fired until the magazine was empty, dropping the attacker in the dirt. There was no time to verify the damage. The group abandoned their tents, grabbed their bags, and sprinted 3 miles through the dark forest. They reached their cars in under an hour, locked the doors, and waited for dawn. Even with 4 people and a firearm, the group was nearly overrun. In the remote wild, numbers do not guarantee safety. They simply increase the scale of the confrontation.
Human threats are terrifying because their motives are recognizable, but another kind of danger exists off the map. Deep in the pine forests of northern Minnesota, a solo hiker traveling far off the marked trails realized he had lost his bearings. Every direction looked identical. Before he could orient himself, a rustling matched his pace. Every time he paused, the sound stopped. When the movement finally erupted, he found himself surrounded. A pack of 6 or 7 wolves had encircled him, snarling and staring him down. Then the wolves went rigid, their ears shot up, breaking their focus away from the hiker to stare at a spot over his shoulder. In a burst of motion, the predators scattered in the opposite direction, fleeing for their lives. The forest dropped into a heavy silence. Forced to keep moving, the hiker pushed into a clearing. Carved symbols scarred the trees, while bones and rusted metal hung from leather cords. In the center sat an intricately stacked stone fire pit, but hovering 6 feet above the ground was a dense cloud of black smoke. It did not dissipate or blow in the hiker stood paralyzed. A weight settled into his chest, the sensation of mourning something in advance. When his instincts finally kicked back in, he ran until he reached his car. His memory of the escape remains blank, seemingly erased from the moment he turned his back on the smoke. A wolf pack is a known biological danger. This was different. The true terror of the backcountry is facing a phenomenon that scatters predators and fractures human memory. Escaping the woods does not mean escaping the encounter. For the solo hiker in West Virginia, the physical trap was left behind, but the psychological damage persists. The pursuit of quiet trails is now permanently tied to the memory of the man with the axe. The teenagers in the Ozarks carry their burden in secret. Unsure of the legal consequences of the shooting, they chose not to call the police. They carry the weight of that night and the knowledge that the people who hunted them are likely still out there. In Minnesota, the missing time haunts the survivor. Scientific research shows that traumatic events are usually remembered vividly, yet his mind blocked out the hours following his escape. He continually wonders what his brain is trying to protect him from. We map the trails and tell ourselves we understand the wilderness, but the deepest parts of the woods operate outside our rules. Whether you face a violent drifter or an unexplainable force, the backcountry offers one reality: you are on your own.